Hey everybody, it's Troy. Hey, listen, Republicans in Congress are holding a sham hearing to investigate Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas. During one of those hearings, California Democrat Eric Swalwell took the opportunity to absolutely destroy the Republican Party to their face. Check this out.
And occasionally you have to deal with some very unserious MAGA colleagues of mine. Your serious job is to secure the border of the greatest country in the world, a country that is neighbor to some of the most violent and economically insecure countries in the world, where people are willing to risk everything to come here. And somehow you have to secure the border, but also make sure we're not pushing little girls back into the river so they can drown. It's a hard job. If it was an easy job, we wouldn't have asked you to do it. But you were asked to do it because you're qualified, you're competent, you care, you show compassion, and you show up every day and you deal with this. Frankly, sir, I think sometimes you're too nice, because if I had a chairman who failed to honor his own lawful subpoena about 500 days after it was submitted to him, I would say, catch me when you're serious. Come talk to me when you're going to follow the law about whether you think I follow the law. But that's not who you are. You take your job seriously, even in front of a lot of unserious people. In fact, the chair that you were sitting in, you may not know this, but the last person who sat in that chair was called by the chairman an anti-vaccine, anti-Semitic witness in RFK Jr. So you have brought immediate credibility to the chair that you're sitting in by just being here. They're not serious people. They chide people for their pronouns. They obsess and display in this committee and other committees private citizens' non-consensual nude images. We're not talking about serious people. We're not talking about people who are on the level. And so what do we want to do? We want to acknowledge the seriousness of your job, and hopefully one day in the majority give you the tools to deliver on what we believe ultimately can put us in the most secure place, which is comprehensive immigration reform.
Yeah, more of that, please. Eric Swalwell, as usual, telling it like it is, telling the Republican Party to their faces that they are not a serious party. They are a party of clowns pretending at governance, not actually governing. Even though illegal border crossings are at their lowest level since Joe Biden became president, so Joe Biden's border policy is working, these clown Republicans in the House of Representatives want to scapegoat Secretary Mayorkas for a perceived border crisis. Swalwell making the point that Secretary Mayorkas has been more than conciliatory to this group of Republicans, to these MAGA Republicans, been more than nice, more than accommodating, despite the fact that they're attempting to personally drag him through the mud to score political points with the MAGA fascist base. And rather than actually addressing the border issue, Republicans in Texas, like Governor Greg Abbott, want to make a political stunt by kidnapping and human trafficking migrants at the border and shipping them to other states to make some sort of political point. The Republican plan to deal with migrants coming to our shores is to build water obstacles and giant buoys with spikes on them and push migrants into the water, into the river where they could potentially drown, to send a message to tell other migrants not to come here. That's the Republican plan to deal with immigration. It's disgusting, and it's not who we are as Americans. MAGA Republicans don't actually have a plan to fix the border crisis, to do anything about migrants coming to this country looking for a better life, other than these bizarre, harmful, disgusting political stunts that just get their MAGA fascist base really excited, throwing racist red meat to the far right in this country about brown people entering the country. So while Republicans in Congress want to spend time showing revenge porn nude images of private citizens, Secretary Mayorkas and the Biden administration are actually working to solve the issues that are affecting the American people. They're actually working to solve the crisis at the border, finding solutions for people who want to enter the United States safely and seek asylum and become United States citizens, which is something that the Republicans should be celebrating. The idea that people would come to the United States from their home countries, seeking asylum in the United States, wanting to be United States citizens, You would think that Republicans would celebrate that, but Republicans are not serious about actually seeking immigration reform. They just want to punish migrants for coming here because it gets their MAGA fascist base excited. We are loving this version of the Democratic Party, the take no shit Democratic Party that's willing to tell MAGA Republicans to their face exactly what a clown show they are, exactly how unserious they are at their jobs, and frankly, how embarrassing they are to this country. So kudos to Eric Swalwell for being the Democrat that's willing to do that, that's willing to tell Republicans who they are to their faces. For MeidasTouch, this is Troy. Remember, smash that subscribe button to keep supporting independent media.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.